Not a bad effort at all from Sri Lanka, except for the loss of a couple of wickets. They've certainly shown intent after losing the toss and being asked to bat first by Rohit Sharma. Just getting into the 70s at the 10 over mark. They'll want to push on from here, but the new addition to their side, making a comeback into the Sri Lankan side, Danushka Gunatilaka, 38 of 29. He was the aggressor, particularly harsh on Ravindra Jadeja, who had the last laugh at the end, got him out. Smart catch from Venkatesh Iyer, and then Yuzvendra Chahal accounting for Charit Asalanka. Here we are on Cricbuzz Comm Box. I'm joined by Dinesh Karthik. TK, you'd have to say Sri Lanka have shown intent, but because of the two players who have got out, you'd probably give honours even at the moment?
Yeah, I think India is still ahead at this stage only because it's a flat wicket and you could see there's a bit of swing in the first couple of overs. After that, especially for the spinners, there's nothing at all. So I think when you cross the 5 over mark, you can keep teeing off. And we've seen that totals of excess of 190 being chased with few balls to spare in the previous game. So Dharamshala is a high scoring venue. And, considering that they've gotten off and given themselves a good platform, they should try and achieve as much as possible, which will be in excess of 175 if they want to compete. For that, they have to bat really well, considering there is a couple of overs of Bumrah, a few of Harshal and Bhuvneshwar as well.
Yeah, they certainly will. And as I said at the start of Cricbuzz Comm Box, the two gentlemen who are back and will take no further part with bat in hand are both enforcers, Danushka Gunatilaka and Charit Asalanka. So to just have a look at the batting card and see what batting there is to come. There is the inexperience of Kamil Mishara out there in the middle with Pathum Nisanka, who missed out in the previous game, out to the very first ball of the match. So Nisanka will play a key role. The experience of Chandimal and Shanaka and Karunaratne DK, those three guys should be the real key to Sri Lanka getting a big total.
Yeah, especially Shanaka and Karunaratne, because they can tee off at the end, and that's going to be very important for them. The last 4 overs, they should be able to get in excess of 40 for them to, obviously post a good total. This stage, they try and lose not as many wickets as possible. If they can head into the 15th or 16th over with about at least 6 wickets in hand, that will give them a good chase of, obviously trying and getting a score which they can try and defend with.
Well, you could see the impact it had on Pathum Nisanka. First game, the ball just trickled onto his stumps. One bail fell off. Playing a little cautiously. We know he can be more of an enforcer than that. But with Asalanka and Gunatilaka gone, he'll have to play a different role from India's point of view with ball in hand. As DK mentioned moments ago, it's not that the spinners have anything going for them. But yet, the only 2 wickets to fall have been to Jadeja and Yuzvendra Chahal. Jadeja expensive early on, but that's only because Gunatilaka went after him.
Yeah, obviously, as a finger spinner, the only issue becomes that you only can play with lengths and lines, not so much the variation that a wrist spinner can give. So obviously, Jadeja was taken down, but cleverly got the wicket of Gunatilaka, which in many ways got the second wicket as well. Chahal has bowled brilliantly, considering there's very little to offer for the spinners. As I said again, I think the bulk of the bowling is yet to come, and we can see the breaks being applied by India very, very soon. But Sri Lanka should try and at least score in excess of 160 so that they can be proud of themselves on a track which is pretty placid at the moment.
Certainly is. Bumrah's got a couple of overs. Good opening spell. Still no wickets. Yuzvendra Chahal has now got to 68, remember. 2 ahead of Bumrah in that little contest in that Indian dressing room. But 2 overs for 5 runs. He's always economical. His death spell will be key. Do you see, DK, any need to possibly use a Venkatesh Iyer in between? Or the way it's panning out right now, 4 overs for each of these guys should be perfect?
Yeah, I think so. Unless Jadeja goes for a lot in the next over, I don't think we'll be seeing a Venkatesh Iyer. I think Harshal Patel will finish his quota. We know that Rohit likes to use him in the fag end of the inning. So there's enough and more bowling. I think if you're going to see Venkatesh Iyer, it'll only come because probably where he wants to, keep an over less for either Harshal or Jadeja. Otherwise, I think they're pretty safe at the moment.
Well, as we mentioned that, if it's Cricbuzz Comm Box, you probably think that another wicket will fall. So just as we were about to wrap up, let's just give all of you the update that Kamil Mishara has fallen to Harshal Patel. Interesting, Rohit Sharma just deviating from the script slightly. We thought maybe all 3 of Harshal's overs may come at the back end. He's put in 1 and he's picked up a wicket for him.
Harshal has been bowling well. We know how good his off cutters have been. It's a hard one to pick, and I can understand a Kamil Mishara obviously playing him for the first time would have found it hard. It's a hard spot to bat, number 4 in a T20. It's a very tricky spot, and I'm pretty sure it's just the lack of experience at that number, which is obviously not helping him.
Well, former captain, current captain still to come for Sri Lanka. Can the loss of wicket dent their hopes of a 160 type total, or will we see them get to that? We'll wrap it all up at the end of the innings. For now, that's all from Cricbuzz Comm Box.